Hey guys, thank you so much for clicking on this video. They just dropped a new poster for the Child's Play remake, and I want to talk about it. So I've been kind of following along this movie just because I'm very excited about this Child's Play remake. Could be good, could suck. I'm on the fence about it, but I still want to see it. And there's got to be other people out there who are Child's Play fans that are either wanting to trash this movie or are optimistic towards it and want to give it a shot. If you'd like to catch a few videos I've made, I'll link them in the description or card right above me where you can check those out. But let's jump into the latest news, which is the first poster for this movie along with a release date. So the movie's actually going to be coming out in June 21st of 2019. Now, that says a couple of things to me. One, I thought it was so funny and brilliant of them to put this out at the same time Toy Story 4 is going to be coming out. This is such great counter programming because that weekend while I'm going to have my butt watching Toy Story 4, there's going to be lots of people who are just not all about that life. And it's going to be great having a group of people going to watch some toys they love, have fun, share family, all that Disney loving stuff, and you got a toy over here killing and ruining all that. It's poetic justice to me. So I think that's kind of smart, but aside from that though, is they're not going for a Halloween release date, which I thought they were going to be doing and playing off the scare factor. And this is also an iconic horror villain, and it seemed to work great for the Halloween franchise, breaking records in October. But the June release date says a few things to me, is that they have a lot of confidence in this movie. Now, it's not going to be great, but I think they believe that they can make some real money churning out this Child's Play movie. A summer release date is nothing to joke about, especially when you're talking about a horror movie. Very little horror movies get released around summertime, so this shows confidence to me and that they think they have something on their hands that can really be marketed out. Jumping off that point to the poster, come on, man. I've been really optimistic about this movie. You guys could tell some of you have been bashing me for it, which is completely understandable. I get it. A lot of things coming out of this reboot just seem so weird and not what made Chucky famous, but this poster, it's got me more towards the negative side. Let's break it down a little bit. Okay, so first let's start off with that tagline, more than a toy, he's your best friend. Okay, so that obviously goes in part with the original good guy doll when he was being marketed as he's gonna be your best friend. He's your friend to the end, Heidi ho, ha ha ha. That's a horrible impression, I apologize. Another thing to note here though, other than the picture itself, is they're really marketing that It producer tag because it was a big box office success and the horror community really accepted that movie, and hey, I'm looking forward to the sequel of that, and it is gonna be coming out in 2019. So playing off that fact a little bit, that's pretty smart of the movie to do. Now let's look at the box itself. Now I have a little tiny box here that you guys say, oh, you're a big fan, but you got a 1-inch box. Guys, I said big fan, not #1 fan. Can't afford no $500 doll. But you have to admit, this box, I'm gonna regret this, but this box right here is timeless. I mean, just look at that thing, man. I would buy the box alone. I love the design of it. I love the illustration. I love what it characterizes. I feel like this is an actual toy box and it really screams 80s to me, which I love. This box, this is so plain. This is so boring, and that title, I know it's supposed to be pronounced Buddy, but why'd you get rid of the good guy name? Along with that, I also hate the illustration of Chucky. If you look at the side of the box and him holding those books and in front of a chalkboard or I think computer monitor. And there's nothing wrong with it being a marketing tool for education, but just the actual cartoon of it, it looks cheap. Like they really outdid themselves in the 80s version in my opinion. And this just, I don't know, maybe it's the times, maybe this is just what kid toys looked like. I haven't looked at them lately. I get adult toys. So I'm not digging the color scheme of it. I'm not really digging that. Looks like the overalls, they got rid of all the little hammers, helmets, and all that stuff. Like, that stuff was really classic to me. But stepping away from the box, we see the warehouse looks pretty empty, pretty worn down. Could this be a hint that after that suicide happens that they stop production on the Buddy dolls? Perhaps the controversy or how the factory was treating their workers and stuff like that put the company on hold. So we got this one last Chucky box that I guess bootlegs its way to America. But the biggest thing I think this movie hints at that I didn't think about when I was explaining the movie and its plot, because we all know there's going to be a technologically advanced doll, and a Chinese factory worker decides to mess with its internal chip and let it run AI. Then afterwards he goes commit suicide, the doll gets taken to America, and then a bloodbath will happen. And now all of us will start complaining right there, because if it's AI, we understand it going evil. But going evil to the point where it's haunting some little friends and a family and all this stuff, just how is that going to work out? Don't you think it has bigger plans like Ultron? What I mean by that is, yes, it's going to be a very smart doll. It's going to learn a lot of things quickly. It's going to be scary in that aspect, but its main purpose for existing is to be someone's best friend. And I'm guessing that someone is going to be Andy. So they could still kind of play the factor of Andy being protected, because we all know in the original movie, we all knew Andy wasn't really going to die because Chucky needed him alive to transfer his soul into Andy's. So now with this being an AI doll, we thought, well, there's no point. Chucky's obviously going to have no problem killing Andy, but not if his purpose is to be his best friend. Maybe Chucky gets a sort of jealousy going on, and that's why they have the group of friends, and he wants to kill all those friends, the mother, the detective, anybody who gets in Andy's way of becoming his sole best friend. I think that kind of plays in part with keeping Andy alive, but making his life miserable. But that's just a little food for thought for you guys. I just wanted to talk some Chucky, and this was a perfect excuse to go ahead and do that. If you want to go ahead and talk Child's Play with me, please go ahead and comment down below. I'll be responding to anybody, good or bad. Be sure to like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at 3C Film Review. But as always, I'm Chris. Take care.